Hi, welcome to the Overcoming Giants course overview, the ZERO1 course, which we've designed really as a primary discipleship course, and in a sense it's a pre-baptism course, or a course designed for people who have not yet come to the faith or made a decision about the faith, and exploring questions about the Christian worldview. And that's what we want to lay out for them as a Christian worldview of how to deal with things in life. And so there's a couple of things to do with this. There's a focus on mental health, and there's a focus on identifying spiritual issues in people's life that they may have no awareness of and how that affects them. So for a start, talking about mental health, I found a really great article that came up recently in a website called Mad America. And it's written by a guy called Alan Leventhal. And he also quotes a 2014 World Health Organization, United Nations study, talking about mental health. And he starts off by saying, a well-substantiated body of scientific research argues for rejecting psychiatry's biological medical paradigm for mental health and mental disorder and replacing it with a social psychological paradigm. So what he's saying is, essentially, as a lot of us have observed, that mental health can't be solved simply by diagnosing medications for people. It's not a biological dysfunction. There are very few issues that people have that are actually just simply a physical or a mental, a brain dysfunction. But a lot of the time it is mental health is to do with how people think, how people see the world, their worldview, as well as spiritual components that we as Christians see working around us that most people don't even consider as an aspect. So I want to, through this course, unlock some of that, paint a picture of that for people to understand. And also through doing that, we can explain what the spiritual warfare aspect of coming to Christ is all about, how Christ can change your life dramatically and can set you free of things. So we introduce things like strongholds as well, which are the mental picture that people have, how they see the world, and introduce the idea of renewing your mind. So this is a great tool for helping people to come to faith, but also to be set free of things. I don't get heavily into the idea of deliverance, but essentially what we're doing is identifying the spiritual battle so people can be set free. And in effect, that's what we're tackling. What is spiritual, and discerning also what is natural mental issues caused by trauma in people's life. So through these discussions, and there's another quote from a guy called Peter Goetze, and he's also a psychiatrist who examined some of the lies in psychiatry in terms of how we diagnose like symptomatic use of drugs rather than actually dealing with the root causes and the traumas in people's lives. And he says, this is one of the biggest lies in psychiatry about the chemical imbalance. When people become depressed, it is almost always because they live a depressing life. So he's kind of simplifying the fact that when you look at someone, it's not a matter of what is wrong, but what went wrong. Like if you ask someone, not what is wrong with you, but what happened to you. And so we're designing this course to work, as disciples, as an opportunity to triage and diagnose where people are coming from, what their background is, and identify what type of pastoral care, what type of discipleship care they need, what kind of deliverance or freedom they need, or what aspects of renewing their mind is primarily required to see their life changed. As they come to Christ, as they come to become part of his family, we want to lead them to Christ, but truly set them free in these areas which in our population is so massive. So the other aspect of this course that I want to bring to attention is the spiritual aspect. I have another article that quotes about the spiritual aspect, and I picked up an article from Pew Research, which talks about, say, 84 to 87% of people in the world have a spiritual belief, a belief in God or some kind. Like 84% of the population in 2010 said that they had some type of religious affiliation. So despite what we might say in the Western world, the majority of people do believe in a God or believe in a spiritual aspect to life. And it's important to address that. And what we need to do as Christians in our apologetics and our discipleship is to explain to people and help to renew their minds in an understanding of what true spiritual health is, what the true spiritual battle is, and explain from a biblical point of view what's really going on in the unseen realm. So yeah, by all means, hook into the course, have a look at the 3 sessions and how we explain how to run the course. And if you want to contact me at runwaylightsinz@gmail.com, then I can send you the resources, the notes, and the slides, or the sheets that we use to put on our whiteboard as we talk through the course. So you've got the resources. If you want to get those resources before you have a look at the teaching information, then just get in touch with me. The email, which is runwaylightsinz, one word, @gmail.com. Hey, thanks for listening. God bless you.